you managing a project and want to track progress, measure impact, and stay accountable to your stakeholders? Then you need a solid meal framework. In this video, I'll guide you step by step on how to design a meal system that works for any type of project, whether it's in development, humanitarian aid, or corporate social responsibility. Every meal framework starts with a clear goal and objectives. Think of the goal as the big picture impact you want to achieve, while objectives are the specific results that lead to that goal. Let's say your project is focused on education. Your goal might be, improve literacy rates among children aged 6 to 12 in rural communities. The objectives could include training teachers, providing learning materials, and organizing reading sessions. Never forget to make your objectives SMART, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Indicators help you measure whether your project is on track. There are 3 types of indicators. Output indicators, that measure what's been delivered. Outcome indicators, that measure the effect of your activities. Impact indicators, that measure long-term change. Always use an indicator matrix to organize your indicators. Here's a simple format. Now that you have indicators, you need to collect data. This can be quantitative, which is numbers and statistics, or qualitative, which is stories and experiences. As examples, we can take surveys and questionnaires for numbers and trends, interviews and focus groups for deeper insights, and observations and case studies for real-life impact. Leverage powerful digital tools like Kobo Toolbox, Google Forms, and ODK to streamline and enhance your data collection process. These platforms offer efficiency, accuracy, and real-time data access, making your monitoring and evaluation efforts more effective. Stakeholders, whether beneficiaries, donors, or partners, need accessible and effective ways to provide feedback. Encouraging open communication fosters transparency, strengthens trust, and enhances program accountability. We can always consider multiple feedback channels to ensure inclusivity and accessibility. Community meetings to foster open discussions and direct engagement. Suggestion boxes to provide a discreet way for stakeholders to share their thoughts. Anonymous hotlines that encourage honest feedback without fear of identification. Online feedback forms offering a convenient, digital option for wider reach. Using a mix of these methods strengthens transparency and responsiveness in your programs. Evaluations are essential for understanding what's working and identifying areas for improvement. A well-structured evaluation plan should include different types of evaluations, such as baseline that is conducted before the project starts to set benchmarks, midterm that assesses progress and informs necessary adjustments, endline which measures overall impact and lessons learned. Decide whether you need an internal evaluation done by your team or an external evaluation done by an independent expert for unbiased results. A strong meal system goes beyond just collecting data. It's about actively using that data to drive improvements and make informed decisions. The real value lies in analyzing trends, identifying challenges, and adapting strategies to enhance impact and accountability. As learning and adaptation is crucial for continuous improvement, encourage teams to actively reflect and apply insights by holding reflection sessions, creating spaces for teams to discuss successes, challenges, and key takeaways. Keeping a lessons learned log that document insights systematically to inform future projects. Adjusting project strategies using findings to refine approaches, optimize resources, and enhance impact. Learning is only valuable when it leads to action, using insights to make meaningful improvements. Now it's time to put your meal system into action. Start by assigning clear roles and responsibilities to ensure everyone is involved in the process and understands their part. Integrate meal practices into your daily operations. so it becomes a natural part of your workflow, not just an afterthought. To further enhance efficiency, leverage dashboards for real-time data visualization that allows for better tracking of progress, quick identification of issues, and more informed decision-making. By embedding a comprehensive meal framework into the core of your project, you can ensure continuous learning and improvement throughout its life cycle. Now, let's put everything we've learned into action. Imagine this. You're working with an NGO to tackle a major issue: child malnutrition in rural communities. Thousands of children are underweight, and their health is at risk. Your mission: to design a project that not only provides food but also ensures long-term nutrition and health improvement. But how do you measure success? How do you know if you're making a real difference? That's where meal comes in. Let's walk through a real-world example of designing a meal framework step by step. First, we start with a clear goal: improve the nutritional status of children under 5 in 10 rural villages within 2 years. Our SMART objectives are: train 500 caregivers on child nutrition, distribute fortified food supplements to 1,000 children, reduce malnutrition rates by 20% within 2 years. Why is this important? Because without clear objectives, we won't know if our project is truly helping these children thrive. Next, we define indicators: how we'll track progress. Think of these as the project's scoreboard. Numbers don't lie. These indicators help us measure whether the project is working or if we need to adjust our approach. But how do we collect this data? Well, we use a mix of quantitative and qualitative methods to get a full picture. Methods used in this scenario are: surveys and interviews, to assess caregiver knowledge; growth monitoring, weighing children at health centers; focus groups, gathering feedback from caregivers. And here's where technology helps. Tools like Kobo Toolbox and ODK allow us to collect data offline in remote areas, making tracking much easier. A meal system isn't just about data, it's about accountability. The community's voice matters. Strategies for accountability in this scenario: community meetings to share update suggestion boxes for anonymous feedback, a toll-free hotline for caregivers to report issues. By listening to the people we serve, we can ensure the project is truly making a difference. Evaluation is like a checkup for the project. We assess progress at key points to make improvements along the way. Evaluation timeline in this example: baseline study before the project starts to see how bad is malnutrition in the area. Midterm review after 1 year to see whether children are gaining weight, and are caregivers applying their training. Final evaluation at the end of 2 years. Has malnutrition decreased by 20%? Evaluations aren't just paperwork, they help us make smarter decisions. Meal isn't about collecting data and forgetting it, it's about learning and improving. How we can adapt in this context: regular team reflection meetings, annual reports with lessons learned, adjusting nutrition training based on community feedback. The best projects aren't perfect from the start, they adapt and improve over the time. Finally, we integrate meal into daily operations to keep the project sustainable. The expected long-term sustainability of this project: train local health workers to continue monitoring, partner with government agencies for long-term support, regularly review and refine the meal system. When meal becomes a habit, projects have a lasting impact. And there you have it, a complete meal framework in action. This is how we turn data into impact and projects into success. If you found this helpful, like and subscribe. Meal Mine.